Hello, hello. We are live with Terra Nullius going into part 3 of today's episode. So, Toity has once again finished a combat early and taken control of your
I would
enemies.
also tell as soon as that happens, I would say, Ari, drop your spell. Because that'll cause problems. You can't drop it, right? Is it concentration? Or do I just have to have them?
It's concentrate.
I mean, if you told them to leave, right?
Yeah.
So then they would walk out of the fire.
Yeah, because it's just when they end their turn in there.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Then that's not a problem at all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because I would say if we're still going in initiative, then
Yeah.
But yeah, if it's
it's also concentration, so she could just dismiss it. So
yeah, it is concentration.
okay, yeah, cool. So they're bowing to you. They're kneeling before you. Huracan and Akna and Tohil and Sanum are just like looking around like, what? Like, what is happening?
Yep.
I just forgot to write this part down in my notes. Give me a second.
Okay, Ari like goes up to Zanum right away, like takes him by the collar, is like, what the?
Yeah.
I thought you said we weren't gonna be seen.
We were not supposed to be seen. I was hiding us from everything. I don't know how this happened.
A question. With the guilty look that they gave me earlier, do I gather it has anything to do with that?
Yeah, do you want to make a...
like intelligence check?
Yeah, intelligence check.
Okay.
To see if you can put the pieces together.
Do I want inspiration for this?
I don't know.
Guys, do I want to tell a story to see if we can figure out why they had a guilty look?
It's up to you.
I mean,
You know where
you could also
I
just
stand.
crowdsource it.
Rolling the dice and seeing what happens.
Yeah, you could also crowdsource it and just like tell like Raya or someone else, and then they could also like help you think this through.
Let me just see if I can figure it out, and then we'll crowdsource it.
Sure.
19.
Yes, you definitely can. So Ari, you remember that look, and a couple of different pieces have come together, I think, for you, Ari. And I think it's one of those moments where like Ari has never necessarily been like the smart member of the party in terms of like, even though you have a good intelligence score. No, I know you have a good intelligence score. I know, but you never have rolled very well with those sorts of things, right? Except for like very rare occasions. But I think Ari has the sort of intelligence that's very like calculating, and she's like always like observing a whole bunch of things, but maybe doesn't like ever like just be like, I figured this thing out. But like you've been putting pieces together about this for a really long time, and I think you've discovered two things.
Okay.
So one, you know that the Burning Sanctum is being hidden by a fae. You think about this and you're like, they are talking about this one person named Atochia, and she was like some sort of fire elementals thing that we briefly saw once, and you're like, it's the same sort of thing. They have contact with the fae. This is why they knew this about Sanum, and they're probably hiding the Burning Sanctum in the same way. But because they know about fae, and because Kizine is a priest of death, and because they gave you that guilty look when you talked about undead, you put a couple pieces together and you're like, oh, they're trying to use the undead to bring down Erendira. And so with their knowledge of fae, they managed to basically boost a bunch of undead's abilities to make them more powerful so that they would tear down Erendira's kingdom. Issue is, they also inadvertently made them powerful enough to like break through Tsunum's shield.
Those?
Yes.
She just starts cursing up a storm. She's like,
so you
starts cursing in every language she knows.
You know that they've been playing with things they probably shouldn't have been, in an attempt to like.
I just yell like they knew this was gonna happen.
Yeah.
Those, and they didn't even warn us. Those.
Yeah, exactly.
She just like, the Burning Sanctum has been, like she just like says the whole thing.
Spills it all out. And you see Akna, Tohil, and Huracan all like pale and like listen very like silently to this conversation because you can tell that they all knew about it.
Oh
They
yeah,
didn't say
Ari just
anything
like
either.
looks at all of them, and I'm just like, what the bleep?
Yeah.
What?
Ari, Ari, I don't
Us?
I don't think it's what you think it is, Ari.
I think it's exactly what I think it is, and I think that you guys are trying to win this war so desperately that you put a bunch of innocent people in danger is what I think is happening.
Maybe Huracan can explain this a little bit better than I can. And Huracan, for the first time, just like kind of he grunts and he just like kind of stares you down, Ari, and he said, "Sometimes things have to be done for the greater good."
Greater good. We almost all died here. It's not like you can control these things. They're undead. Well, I mean, you know,
Tony's gonna smirk.
besides Toity.
Well, it
By the way-
seemed like he had it under control.
Yes, it was quite lucky too. By the way, I want to have them like lined up in like 2x4, like
Sure.
and like like it's not like it was easy. It almost didn't work.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I like point out to Ava, or not to Ava, to Akna. I'm like, look at Ava.
Yeah.
Also, I just I'm not gonna say it. Not gonna give Caleb ideas. Oh, I was thinking the other direction, but whatever.
Just like, you're really okay with this? They almost killed your animal companion. And mine. And my
Yeah.
boyfriend.
I
And Toity.
I think she's just kind of like shying back every time you say something like. But yeah, Huracan says, I don't care what you think about what we've done here. We're doing what's necessary. And yes, it's a little bit more dangerous with these things running around, but that doesn't mean we can't use them. So
I just
get
kind
over
of butt
it.
in too, and I just say, it's one thing to use them and us disagree about it. It's another thing to send over half the party into the swamp without any warning about it.
Yeah, that's what Ari's really pissed about.
Yeah.
Is she's like, you didn't even like tell us.
We didn't know that Sinoom's shield could be broken by these things. We weren't aware.
Well, here's the
We didn't
thing.
try to make it more dangerous for us.
Well, here's the thing. Now we know, and here's the problem. I've only got these guys for 8 hours. After that, we're in trouble. And and if we run across another group of them, then
Sounds like your problem is solved right there, because in 8 hours we'll be in Erendira City, and then it won't even matter.
I hope we will be.
I was gonna say, aren't we still gonna be outside of Erendira City? We had to rest for the night.
We can push on a little bit further. There's no use in waiting around outside the city when we could just go in and meet the person.
Says the
we're
one
supposed to
person
meet.
who didn't even get attacked. Really?
He just crosses his arms. He's like, and why should that matter? I was
Because the rest
on the
of us are hurt.
outskirts. They were staring at me with their death gaze just as much as they were staring at you. I'm just a little bit tougher, I think.
Oh, Ari punches.
Oh, you know what's gonna happen? You know what's gonna happen? Tony's gonna make all of them look at him.
What, really? Like with the gaze?
No, not with that. Just as a what?
You should totally bring him down to 0 hit points for sure. I'm so pissed at this guy. But yeah, I definitely
Just to look at them. Okay, yeah.
I definitely want to punch him in the
You want
face.
to try to punch?
Like-
Yeah, go ahead and make a athletics check.
I mean, I totally could make them take him down
I'll
right
make one
now,
in response.
but I won't.
Not super great.
Yeah. Oops, sorry. Yeah. He would have gotten a
gosh,
+4 more to that, but he critted. Yeah.
So he just like catches my hand.
Yes. He's like, I wouldn't try that again if I was you.
You know
I
what,
think
you're right.
Darius
Tried an
walks
arrow
up to him
instead.
and puts on the hood.
Okay. Yeah. What do you want to do? Just
I want to intimidate him. No,
You just wanna
I'm gonna
intimidate him?
Actually, no. Can I say I tried to intimidate with just them looking at him?
Yeah. Let's say Darius and Toity are doing this, and you can get advantage than Darius. I think Darius would be the one doing this, but
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm fine with that.
Mhm.
Even better score anyway.
24.
Ooh.
Yep. Yeah. So you guys are all just kind of like staring him down, and I think he just like, he let your fist go, and then you had said that already, and he says, "We're not supposed to be enemies. Let's just get through this."
You don't want to make enemies of us, then tell us.
So Ari, you want to make an insight check
Yeah.
on that statement that he just made?
15?
Yeah, I mean, you can
Well,
sense...
Darius is right there too. Remember, Darius just walked up. Would that help? No, it's not safe.
It's only saves,
Not
yeah.
safe.
I'm only safe.
Yeah, so...
And 15's pretty good.
You sense that there's still something under the surface, maybe even more than he's saying, that's, like, making him hostile towards you, but, like, you don't know what it is. Yeah,
Was he in love with Nahuatl and he's pissed that we got her?
Okay, I'd just like to say right now, he's like 45. Let's...
Man, he's
Is she in love
creepy.
with Nahuatl?
That means nothing.
Not who was
Nahuatl
his
could be in
daughter.
her 30s and it's not weird, you know? You never know.
Okay. Imagine this guy as like Fire Genasi old Logan.
Okay.
Yeah.
She's just like, I don't know what issue you have with us, but get over it and tell us what's going on here. We're putting all of our lives at risk just like you are.
You know everything now. It doesn't matter. It was just an accident. That's it.
Then why'd they look so guilty when they sent us out?
Because they're playing with fire, and sometimes you get burned.
And they should have just told us.
And what would it have accomplished? We still couldn't have stopped them. They would have came in here anyway.
At least we would have been more prepared.
How? How could you have been more prepared for that? We're fine. Toity handled it. Everything is fine.
Yeah, you better thank him for that.
He just shakes his head.
And then Ari like turns to Toity and like,
No, okay. Is he not saying anything?
yeah, he like turns away and starts to walk away.
At this point, like, if it was really just their heads, they're gonna turn their bodies towards him now.
Yeah, he ignores it. He's walking away.
Tori's just gonna like he's just gonna just like don't kill him. He's a meat shield.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, Tohil and Akna are very just like uncomfortable about this whole thing. And yeah, Sunum I think says to Uriah, he says, "I'm really sorry, I didn't know."
It's okay, Snoom. You just kind of got dragged into this thing.
Yeah. And Raya, do you want to make an insight check? There's maybe something you could catch here.
14.
14. You don't really think of anything of this, but he kind of just like, as you're kind of like turning away, he just kind of like winces a little bit and kind of like rubs his shoulder and then just like,
Oh no!
turns away.
Oh no! Okay.
Yeah. So continuing on.
yeah, are we gonna long rest?
Yeah,
Short
you could
rest
long
at
rest
least.
right now, I guess, if you wanted to.
I mean, how far away are we from?
Like 4 hours.
We could go 4 hours. I still have these guys for 4 hours.
Well, we can go 4 hours and you can send them 8 hours in the other direction.
No, what I'm saying is we could go 4 hours, then rest, and while we're when we start to rest, I could send them away for 4 hours.
Right. So you have them.
But then they would
protect.
but they might know where we are, but we at least have guard.
Yeah, I think if you send them away for 8 hours now, and then we head in the right direction, because then they'd be
it'll
12
take them
hours away.
12 hours to get to us, and by that time we'll be gone.
True, that's true. That's more
Yeah.
true.
So if you send them in the opposite direction, then
And if you send them all off, instead of one big group, and send them all off in
That's
different
true.
places.
Yeah.
See, I'll send them all off in a different direction, away from where we're going.
Yeah, so we see these like shambling, ghostly figures just kind of like disappear into.
And I'm gonna hold the rod of rulership. Like, I hope I don't need you before tomorrow.
Yeah. But then you just keep going to the city.
Do we need to take a short rest for people to heal?
yeah, that's probably
Possibly,
not a bad idea. Just in case we have another encounter.
So what you could do, Ari, is you could try casting Pass Without a Trace and just like add on
Right.
to yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll definitely do that.
Mm-hmm.
That'll at least cover 2 hours worth of travel. Or no, how many spell slots? I have I have 3 spell slots, so I could do for 3 of the hours. I can do Pass Without.
So maybe for the first hour, we don't do it.
Yeah.
because I feel like it's more important closer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Ari's gonna cast.
Gee, I think I'm just gonna cast. Oh,
Cure Wound twice. Wow, that sucks.
Well, if we're short resting, why are you casting spells?
Because I might as well just use them. I don't use spells that often. I have 4 spell slots, and I'm only using 2 of them just in case I need to use Hunter's Mark. So it's the only thing I could use it for, really.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow!
Whoa! Oh my gosh!
Oh. Well, I was rolling really well until we said something. Let's see. That's.
yeah.
Oh my gosh!
That's fine. Let's see. I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Okay. And then Buck needs some ice back as well. How does Buck regain hit points after a short rest? Is it the same thing?
I have
never
no
had
clue.
to do that before. It doesn't say what his die roll is for short rest. Would it just be
well, yeah, I
mine?
guess everybody has hit die. No, it's actually in his character sheet. So he has his die is a D8. He has 3d8 to work.
That's more like it. Okay.
But he also gets, because is it plus his like constitution? Is that what it is? He has a 0 constitution, so.
What is it? What is the bonus he gets because he's like your animal companion?
I don't think he gets any for that.
Right. I'm just curious. Like, what does he actually get? Like, what why does he have more hit points than a normal Pteranodon normally? Like.
Oh, he gets oh my gosh, it's my level times 4 is what it is.
Is what his hit points is.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, I don't really know how else it would work.
I'll just roll d8s for him. That's fine. I would assume I guess he gets 9 because I'm at level 9 as well. Like, does that make sense?
Well, let's think about this. Let's see.
My other question is it really gonna matter? Are we gonna be able to long rest, or are we gonna have to roll for random encounters?
We'll have you make the pass without a trace and have everybody roll stealth.
Okay.
But
are you trying to figure out like what it is? Or
let's say he has 6.
Why would it be 6? Just curious.
Well, so I'm basing it off of just like what if he had 36 hit points, then like what would be half of that? Like how would he get 36 hit points if he had taken the average every turn? Because there's no reason, there's no way for me to know what his actual hit dice would be based on him being an animal companion. It's all messed up, so I don't know what he would do. I don't know what he would use. So I'm just guesstimating what might make sense, but I know normally as a Pteranodon he has 3d8 to work with.
Right, but I still feel like it should be 9 because his hit points are based on my level.
Right, but they're not based on your level in a hit dice fashion. They're based on your level, just like a straight number. So I don't even know if he has hit dice.
I'm Googling it.
Yeah, do you want to look that up?
Look at their stat block, at how HP is calculated. The number of hit die used to calculate their HP is their effective level. It's not very helpful.
Yeah, it doesn't help. Companion. See, I'm curious about this too. I don't know how.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I found someone who made a a character sheet for an animal companion, and it doesn't even list hit dice.
It says like any creature can spend hit dice during a short rest to regain hit points. But it
weird.
doesn't say anything about what hit dice.
Like
it
how
has.
many? Yeah.
Does
Hit
it
point
say?
maximum equals the hit point number in its stat blocks, or
Well-
4 times your ranger level, whichever is
How do you
higher.
calculate its hit points?
Yeah.
It's 4 times
Oh,
your ranger
it's
level.
4 times my ranger level.
Sounds like it's a D4 then.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, that makes sense, right? It would be 9d4 that it can roll,
Oh, okay.
right?
Okay, then I'll just re-roll those. That's fine. Let's see, he was at 10 hit points.
That would make sense.
Okay. It's not very much. Roll 1d4.
Wait, actually, if it's a 4, if 4 is the average, is it a D8 then?
No, it's not. Oh yeah, you're right. It would be a D8. Yep. It'd be a D8, so it would be 98.
Okay.
But it can only yes.
Therefore,
I guess
Buck
yeah.
has 98
It
hit
doesn't
points.
actually say, but that's the best given what
Yeah.
we know. Yeah.
Okay, so then let me see.
So you can take the first 3 D8 that you rolled as well.
Right.
Technically, that'd be 4.5, but
Yeah, it's fine. This
Yeah,
isn't an exact
okay.
science
Let's
here.
see here.
no, it's not.
We're trying to guesstimate from a rule that does not exist. So, cool. So yeah, you guys.
Technically, I guess that'd be a D7, which doesn't exist.
Exactly. Yeah. Yep.
Okay. All right. Buck's good now.
Okay. Cool. So let's just have. Let's do it this way. Instead of having everyone make a stealth roll, who has the least stealth?
I wonder.
Probably me.
Is it you or Darius? Like who has
I
less
have-
less roll that they actually have?
I
to
have a
stealth?
+0 and disadvantage.
I also do. My
Oh,
dex
one
is
of them
10.
rolls.
Oh, mine is 11, so technically.
So let's have
Darius
Darius roll it then.
lower.
So Darius, you roll at
I mean,
disadvantage,
it
plus
makes
10
no
though because
difference
of
in the actual.
pass without a trace. We'll just assume everyone else gets higher than you. So this will be the lowest
stealth?
common denominator. Yep.
Oh
A 3.
Crit fail 1.
No, it's
I
a
would-
No, that's
you have
right.
disadvantage.
Fail.
Yeah.
That's
I
right.
would just like to point out the fact that I'm pretty sure this is what I rolled last
You
time,
did.
too.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Also,
My goodness.
I would have summoned back my animal companion
Leonechka,
friend. Leonechka has returned.
Sounds good.
Feel much-
Whoops.
Great. So much for getting out of a combat.
Well, so that's the thing. I don't think. I think what happens is we see that something has caught wind of your trail.
They know we're coming.
But you're not sure. Like you guys never see them, and they don't like jump out and attack you. But we see as the audience that like something has noticed that you're here. Knowing what we know about how this works, it's likely another undead. But yeah, that's all we know. So you guys make it to the city. What y'all want to do? Like you know the city is nearby. Like how are you approaching? Because Sinum's thing doesn't necessarily work. You can just like walk in the city and like no one will notice you walking down the street. It's more of like a.
I see. Okay, I'll be
ephemeral
honest. I totally thought when we were gonna do this, I thought our plan was going to be to go into the Feywild and reappear in the castle.
That would have been a possible idea, but it also would have been extremely dangerous because traveling in the Feywild is just really dangerous.
I mean, this is true.
It was more safe to take him from the Feywild and then travel in the real world with his special power.
Specialized.
Because he can't hide you guys in the Feywild, just in the real world.
Are we in a long rest so we can get back? Like, or are you
Yeah.
guys
Are
all
you just gonna
good?
like hang out in the jungle or the swamp or whatever, like outside the city and then long rest?
Yeah, I suppose so.
Okay.
Because I mean, we're probably all exhausted from traveling, so we don't want to go into the castle exhausted.
Yeah. Okay, sounds good. So you guys rest and get all your stuff back.
And I want to train Miggy.
Yeah, sure.
Read
thing.
with Darius.
Yeah.
No.
No.
No progress.
We're so bad.
No progress.
We're we're like, it's tomorrow.
Okay, cool. So y'all sleep.
So I have a quick question. Yeah. So I'm ruling the things still technically. Do I have like any link to them, or do I have to like? Because I know before we had said that might be what Toity's gonna do actually. Because before because Balaam said like you shouldn't have been able to do this, so Toity's gonna sit there thinking like last time he said this, I could feel like a physical like I could feel like a break happen once the time ran out. I want to see if I can kind of like I want to see if I can like figure out what that is, if I can like access that link still. You know what I mean?
Access the link.
Cool, because
I might have missed it.
So you know how he said Balaam last time? He said like last time I did this with the robot thing, the golem.
Mm-hmm.
Like I could feel like when that 8 hours ended, I could just like feel that like the break of that happening. Mm-hmm. I kind of want to just put a feeler out there and see if I can like access that psychic link I apparently made.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Make an Arcana check.
Arcana, your Arcana, their Arcana, everyone's Arcana.
I want inspiration, but I can't think of a way to BS my way through an inspiration.
The thing is, with inspiration, you don't have to like give us a long story of anything.
I know.
I'm just
trying to think of something. Yeah. I think. Oh, this is what Toy's gonna think about. I know I've talked about this before, but Toy's gonna kind of think back to when he first became a bard. Because when he first when he first did that, like he did it completely on accident. He was just singing a lament to his mother, and he happened to accidentally send out some magic. So he's gonna kind of think about that, like. Think of how it is, because afterwards he kind of explored that idea of like that magic, and in a similar way, he's going to try and. It's like let me take an example. Like, I think what he did is after he got hired as a bard, he kind of would like wander around, and every once in a while he'd try and like use some magic on just a random passing noble and see if he could like get them to do something goofy or whatnot.
Did they call you the Runaway? Did you scam people out of their money with this?
No, nothing like that. Tony was just like, I want to see if I can make them like act goofy in front of public and make them not think. So yeah.
Okay, yeah, sure. Take inspiration.
Arcana check. So he's gonna.
Yep.
Oh my gosh!
Crit 22. Crit! Okay, awesome. So Toity, you try to do this, and you realize that you can't, but you also realize that it's not about the Rod of Rulership necessarily. It was about Tohil's robots. You tapped into something that existed already. This like network, this hive mind or whatever it was that Tohil had created. The Bodaks don't have that. So that was a thing just for the robots, but you have perfect clarity on that's what was happening.
Okay. Because I literally didn't know that before, so that's interesting.
Yeah.
So I literally just like tapped into their network. That's
seriously,
strange.
Yeah.
Hacker man.
Yeah.
Toity is best original hacker.
Okay, well, Toity's gonna be like a little disappointed that like, oh well, that's slightly unfortunate.
Yeah.
He's still gonna keep like be conscious of the fact that like see if he notices a difference between like when he goes to sleep and when he wakes up. Because I'm like that. So
yeah.
Oh. Probably nothing will happen, but
yeah. So I think like you guys go to sleep and chillax and do all that stuff. I'm trying to decide something. Let's see. I think it's Darius. And who's the person who keeps watch with you? Huracan.
And
Leoneshka.
Leoneshka.
Yeah.
And Temperance.
And Temperance. Yes, all your
And
Darius and
The
Co.
posse.
Yeah.
And Temperance.
Yeah.
So, Mr. Frowny Face dude, who was...
Yes. Yep. Mr. Frowny
Oh.
Face.
Okay, he was...
Yep. Y'all are keeping watch. And I mean, Huracan is making a decided effort not to like pay attention to you or look at you at all, or just like he's just kind of like staring off moodily into the distance. What are you doing? Like, are you trying to engage him in conversation? Are you ignoring him? Like, what are you up to?
I'm trying to read his mind. No.
You fail.
I mean... what if I try it with the hood?
You could read his life energy, but not his mind.
You fail and read his life energy.
Actually...
You could try to like probe him with the hood, yeah.
I want to read his life energy.
Okay, sure, yeah. Make a charisma check.
Charisma check.
Yeah, because he's not paying attention to you, right? He's doing his own thing, so
Yeah.
you can just kind of like pop the hood on and take a look. 24, yeah, that's a good roll.
Dang.
One away from perfect. So, what do you want to know? He seems like a very healthy individual.
Well, one, he was rubbing his shoulder. I didn't know
No,
that.
this is Huracan. This is a different guy than Sinum. Sinum was the one rubbing his shoulder.
Sinum is the Fae?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, so I want to...
Huracan is this dude.
I want to... Can I detect his mood?
Yeah, you could probably
Definitely.
try to do
I
that.
don't know his move and his move. I want to know his mood and how, I guess like his sort of lifespan, how long he has to live.
Oh, okay.
He seems pretty moody to me.
Yeah, so I mean, yeah, he's definitely disgruntled. Honestly, you even feel hatred emanating
Can
off
I
of
tell
him.
from where?
No, you just
To
can
what?
sense, right? You because you're reading his life signs basically, right? So you're like noticing the sweatiness of his palms and the heartbeat, his heart rate, those sorts of things, right? But because the magic is giving you an intuitive look at to like what that means in terms of his mood. So he's hating something or someone. He's exasperated. And I think so. As for his lifespan, I mean, it's not like you see like a number over his head like in Death Note or anything like that. But I think you get the sense that he probably still has quite a bit left to live. He doesn't have any terminal illnesses or anything like that, right? Like he's rather healthy.
We can fix that.
He's very fit, right? Like he spends a lot of time like making sure that he's healthy and fit and a good warrior and stuff. So, and he's a good enough warrior that he hasn't gotten any like permanent injuries or anything like that. So yeah. Anything else you'd like to know?
Let's see. I'd like to know, like, the most, like, the most fit aspect of him. Like, are his arms just really fit, or are his legs extraordinarily?
Okay.
Like, I want to know, like, what's...
How swole is he?
Yeah, how swole is he?
I want to be able to know, like, okay, this is what what he trains the most, or what he uses to fight the
Well,
most.
okay. He has 18 strength, 14
Oh.
dexterity, 16 constitution, 10 intelligence, 12 wisdom, and 9 charisma.
I can tell all of that?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, can I write that down?
Sure.
Nope.
You can always re-listen to this part.
I want to know now, my friend. Okay, say again.
18 strength,
Okay.
14 dexterity, 16 constitution, 10 intelligence, 12 wisdom, and 9 charisma.
He has worse charisma than me.
He does, yep.
You don't say.
Yeah. You can also tell that he has trained saving throws in strength and constitution. So he has his proficiency bonus to those. Oh, also, you can tell that he has damage resistance to acid and fire.
Acid, interesting.
And you're not sure why. It doesn't seem like it's magical that he has acid resistance. It's just kind of like he's tough. He's really tough, and maybe he's like had a period of time where he was exposed to acid long term, and he just like his skin is like tougher.
What was his
He was
name?
around during the 60s.
Exactly, right? Yeah.
What's his name?
Hurukan.
Don't do drugs, kids.
Don't do acid. Yeah.
Okay. And I want to know one more thing.
Mm-hmm.
Can I tell if he's, like... practically, I want to know if he's immune to fear or being frightened or charmed. Or if he's resistant to that or anything. I also want to know if he has any weaknesses.
Sorry, what was the first part of that?
I want to know if he can be frightened or charmed, and if he has any weaknesses.
He has no vulnerabilities and no like condition immunities or anything like that. Yeah.
So he's not like he can be frightened or
He
charmed.
can be frightened and charmed. Yes.
And charmed. Okay.
Yep. He's not really magical in any sense. Anything that is magical about him is just because he's a fire genasi.
Right.
Just part of his race. Is there anything in particular you do about this information, or like, are you just kind of like sitting there?
While I still have the hood on, I assume they gave us like provisions and stuff.
Yes.
Like rations?
Yeah.
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 Is he? Can I tell if he's like hungry or anything?
Not particularly.
He's not. Okay.
I mean, he's not full, but he's not necessarily hungry. Like if your plan was to like offer him food as a peace offering, he would probably take it. Like and maybe not. He wouldn't necessarily take it, but it's not like he'd be like, no, I'm full.
Okay. Yeah.
But he's not
that's what I
necessarily
was
like hungry.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Darius like pulls out just something that maybe he's noticed Genasi particularly kind of maybe favor. From his pack, and he I don't know, breaks off a piece or a portion takes a portion for himself, and then hands a portion, like gestures a portion.
Yeah, maybe it's like a star fruit or something, right? Like
Yeah.
Okay.
Persuasion.
He tries to ignore you. But yeah, you make a persuasion check, I think is what it is, right? Like to insist.
Are you serious?
Oh wow, crit fail, and your crit fail is still a 10. That's ridiculous.
And then you rolled a 1. You rolled a 2.
Yeah.
For
What
your
the
other-
heck?
Rolled a
No,
1
yeah.
and a
So
2.
he I think you frustrate him enough because you keep insisting, right? Like that he looks back at you and he says, "Why don't you leave me alone, you murderer?"
And I want to see his I want to see like how his mood and everything changes. Well,
I mean, it really doesn't. He's basically as angry as he was before. He's just actually externalizing it now.
okay.
Maybe he doesn't say murderer. He uses whatever a primordial slur for like just generally a bad person.
Yeah. Insight won't help me. I think Darius shrugs and puts the the starfruit away and says, I didn't realize it was a crime to offer someone food in your culture.
You don't care about me. Don't pretend that you do. It's insulting.
We should let him die.
We should let everybody in this party die besides us.
And Darius says, what did he say? Don't pretend that.
Don't pretend that you care about me. It's insulting.
Okay. I think Darius just kind of nods and kind of turns away. And then he says, so, how long have you been training to fight?
No answer.
And then Darius says, what prompted you to be a warrior?
No answer.
I might have to roll a deception check for this one.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I've been thinking about cooking the short one.
Definitely roll a deception check there.
Thanks. I appreciate it.
Oh
Oh gosh!
Wow. Crit success, 25.
I hope I didn't hear that.
No, y'all are asleep. So he looks at you, and he says, what?
Everybody hates
Just of all the things.
So, I would just like to point out, on
Right,
my
but
persuasion,
Yeah.
I got a nat 1.
Mm-hmm.
On my deception, I got a crit 20.
But I totally love it because it's broken the ice in only the way that Darius can. Like, oh, it's so perfect.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he says, what? I'm like, what? Do you say anything in response, or?
Oh, so you can hear me.
Yeah, I'm debating whether or not I want to drag this on just a little bit, or if I want to just...
Might as well get him to talk.
Just drag it out to get him to talk?
Might as well. I
Oh,
mean,
okay,
he's
yeah,
obviously...
Okay, yeah.
Because if you switch back...
out by you now.
If you switch out immediately, he's just going to realize, oh, he just wanted to get my attention.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Daria says, well, sure, he is kind. He is kind of a delicacy in my culture, if prepared right.
And he's just staring at you. And he says, like, I don't What?
My gosh, Jordan.
Of all the things you come up with, this
This is a very Jordan thing to come
so
up with.
random.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is. And the fact that it worked is
I
just
know. It's beautiful.
But it's so Darius. I love it.
Him. I don't know other like.
Um.
oh my gosh.
I think Dari says, "Oh yeah, all you have to do, see the key. The key is you sear the flesh. It really brings out the salt.
What salt?
It really brings out the
Stop.
saltiness.
Stop. I see what you're trying to do.
I mean, does he? He rolled a 20.
Right, but like I assume your intention really, Darius, was to get him to talk to you, right?
No, well, I mean that is part of it. The other intention is that I want to keep leading him on and try to say like, so if you want to just kind of cook him a little bit, and then like
Right.
get him to
Okay.
be like,
Okay.
"I'm not
So
gonna-"
that's fine. Yeah. So he says, stop. I don't want to hear about this. That's, yeah. I don't care about your weird cultural. He just like turns away.
This is definitely the weirdest thing that's happened on Terra.
Yeah,
Is it though?
yeah.
I think. I'm not. It's hard to tell.
You have an overwhelming urge to eat the flesh.
Okay, that was a side story.
Okay, you're talking about main Terranullius.
Okay.
Gret is one of the weirdest things that's happened on this show. But it's also one of the most amazing things.
It's true.
I think Dari says, look, all I'm trying to say is if you maybe, just next time we're in a fight, if you maybe just accidentally, cook him just a little. I mean, I'm willing to share.
Are you trying to get Toity killed? I'm so confused.
No, I'm trying to. The goal is reverse psychology here.
Right. He says, I'm not going to. Why would I? That's.
Some weird reverse psychology.
Why are you talking to me about this? If you want to eat your friend, then just eat your friend. I don't want to be a part of it.
I don't want to be a part of it either. I don't want to be a salad.
And then Darius.
Besides,
8:40.
he's already like, he already has the.
I know. I think it'll be quite spicy.
God.
He like stands up as if he's like about to like leave because he does not want to have this conversation with you. What do you say?
I think Darius says. First, he says, "Do you mind if I eat him?"
I don't care. He's lying. He would be very disturbed if you ate Tony.
As at least one other member of the party.
I think, and Darius can tell that he's
Yeah.
okay. And then
Especially
I think
because you have the life energy thing going on.
yeah, and I think Darius is like, all right, I'm just going to, and then he pulls out a torch and lights it and heads over to Toity.
Okay, yeah. So what you want to happen, Darius, is that he'll like try to stop you and be like, "Stop! Like that's horrible! Like don't do that."
Yeah, just something where he's like, what do you? What, no, not
Yeah,
really?
yeah. So he says, he just grabs your arm and just tries to like rip the torch like out of your hand.
I let him.
Okay, yeah. He says, "Are you insane? We have a job to do. Don't let your weird fetishes get in the way of this."
And Darius just says, I thought you said you didn't care.
I said, I hate you. And he just like, turns away.
So weird.
And is Darius like, where does my long rest take place? Is it before or after this?
What watch are you?
I think I'm like the third watch, or like I think I'm the watch before Toity.
Yeah, I think he's the third watch.
Yes, that is true. Okay. Yeah, your long rest is not finished then.
Okay, so if I cast a spell now,
It's for yesterday.
so I could still get all my spells in the morning. Okay. Darius casts. I want to cast 3 spells on him.
Jeez.
Okay.
I want to cast Bless,
All right.
Shield of Faith,
Okay.
and Warding Bond on him.
Okay. Which one do you cast it in that order?
Yeah.
Okay, so you cast Bless on him, and he says, "What are you doing? Why are you?" And then you cast the second one on him, and he says, "Why are you wasting your? What is going on?"
And then Darius like does the Warding Bond and says, "I never let my allies go down." And he's completely dead serious.
Right.
And
in a way that shows him that you were joking before.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
And he says, Darius says, "I don't care if you hate me. I don't care if you despise every one of us. I'm going to do everything that I can to keep you, your allies, and my allies safe. Because your beef with us, your bitterness and anger, will not be mine. I had someone try to force his anger and bitterness on me every day near my whole life. I'm not drinking yours either. And whether or not I care about you is not for you to decide."
Isn't it just so nice that you can just forget? That you can ignore everything that's come before? Well, I can't, Darius. I can't stand idly by while you all run rampant over all of our traditions, over everything that we are trying to do here. I am trusting the elders to get this mission done, but I do not trust any of you as far as I can throw you. And trust me, I can throw you very far. And that doesn't actually prove what he wants it to prove, so he doesn't say that part.
Yeah, I think Darius is just like in his just for a split second he's like,
He doesn't say use that analogy because it doesn't make any sense because he's very good through.
Okay.
He basically says I don't trust you in any way, shape, or form. Because you are the reason, Darius. You and all of your friends are the reason that my son is dead. And he just turns away.
Oh, is his son the warrior guy that was with Itakali?
Yep.
Oh no.
That guy was a butthead.
I mean, where do you think he got it from?
That's very true.
Son. Would Darius be able to know Who he might be referring to?
No. You can make an insight check.
I just figured it out as a player. I was like, okay, Caleb likes to make connections all over the place. Who is it?
I have no idea.
Wait,
No,
who?
Darius doesn't know.
How would we have been to blame?
You weren't.
I was like, okay,
You absolutely
good.
weren't. You absolutely weren't to blame. Yeah.
I was
I was
saying
like,
it was dinosaurs that
Yep.
killed him.
It was a random
so.
T-Rex.
Yeah, because
Does
he died before Darius.
Does he really blame us, or
He has nobody else to blame.
He has nobody
is the
else to blame.
problem.
Yeah.
So he blames.
Because you guys came in and messed up everything they were trying to do. Not necessarily messed it up, but like you interfered with everything that was going on with this Cult of the Dying Flame, and so he's just very bitter about all of it. Yep. And so Darius, I think what happens is Hurricane basically starts to turn away, and then he just like freezes. Unnaturally so. Like he was in the middle of walking and he freezes.
No.
Excellent.
And someone walks out of the shadows.
Oh no.
I already reset everything.
It's a European man. Very pale skin. You don't recognize him. It's not anyone we recognize.
It's not Clement.
Nope, it's not any of those people.
Man, I was kind of hoping it'd be them.
Very, very pale skin. Hair
That's more worrisome.
Hair slicked back. And he's wearing like a side sword. He looks like a Spanish conquistador. He steps into the firelight and he looks straight at you, Darius, and says, in Primordial, but with an accent. I guess it would be.
Tiny Hut's up,
accent.
right?
What?
Tiny Hut's up, right? No.
No.
It wouldn't hold all of us.
Yeah, it wouldn't hold all of you anyway.
All right.
And you have Sinum, so right, that would be the assumption.
Yeah.
So yeah, this guy looks at you and says, "It is so very nice to meet you, I must say."
He looks at me.
Yep.
And Darius, and do I need to make like an insight check to see maybe if I have any inkling?
There would be no way that you could know. You can definitely recognize without a roll that this is a Spanish conquistador.
Okay.
You could make a Arcana check to discover something. There's something you can tell.
Darius the Arcane.
Nope, 4. You do not know.
Darius, and what language does he say this in?
Primordial.
I think Darius responds in Common from the other world.
Mm-hmm.
And he just goes, "Who are you?"
And he responds in Common from the other world. Someone that you know of, but haven't quite made the introduction of yet. The acquaintance of. I would offer to shake your hand, but that's not quite how we do things here.
This is worrisome.
I'm curious about all this, Darius. Why?
Does he know his name?
Hold on.
Yeah.
You said that Huracan like he like froze.
Yeah.
But
Some sort of like
frozen,
paralysis spell. Yeah. It seems like what's happening.
And is the flame?
Yeah, it's frozen too.
The flame's frozen. Is the flame?
Mid-flame, yeah.
Is the flame like the campfire near us also?
No. So he didn't like freeze the entire area. Doesn't seem.
Okay.
He may have frozen your friends, but
Okay. And does Darius pick up on that?
you can make a perception check.
But he can at least tell, that guy in front is. Oh.
Yeah. All of your friends are yeah. There's some sort of very powerful magic at play that has paralyzed everybody except for you.
Okay.
But yeah, he says
I still have the hood on. I want to use the hood to kind of detect
yeah, do you?
what's going on with him.
Okay, yeah, make a charisma check.
Charisma.
It's a very confusing veil. You like there's some sort of thing blocking it. You can't see into what this dude is. He's just a blank space.
Okay. Who are you, and what do you want?
All I want to do is ask you a few questions.
Ah, it's a solicitor.
We don't want
Do
your
you have
vacuum.
solar?
Have
Well,
you
the
heard of our
National
Lord
Geographic-
and Savior, Dragonborn Jesus? Yes, he says, all I want to do is ask you a few questions, Darius. They're very simple questions.
Ask away.
What is your plan with Erendira? Just for curiosity's sake. Don't worry, I won't tell her.
Insight check
You can
that.
make an insight. Yeah,
Inside check. Inside check.
he's absolutely telling the truth. He's just curious. He's not going to interfere in any way with that. And also, this is not a guy you want to like tick off because, you know,
Yeah.
probably better to just answer his
He's kind of frozen all of my
Exactly,
friends.
yes.
I do I know like what does Darius know what the ritual is to use her to
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
um okay, so I think Darius just says I will do what I must to make a new god of death.
Oh, yes, I know that part. So you're planning on... what? Making Erendira into the god of death? I don't imagine that's your plan.
No.
So who, then? You're using her to power the Ascension, but who? Who's the chosen vessel?
Do I want to just give him this info, or do I want to try to BS my way out?
I don't know.
Guys, thoughts?
What do you want to do?
Oh, there's a part of me that wants to try to roll another deception.
You could try. You're not. It's very unlikely you'll
I
get the
would
same
say-
result again.
I know.
Don't put us in danger.
I know.
Just say enough information that's technically true, but not very specific.
Okay. And I think Darius just says, do I want to give the name or like just that there's a girl there at the castle?
Whatever you think Darius would do. I never apologize for being Ari, so don't
Yeah.
apologize for being Darius.
Darius, I think Darius just says, do we know if Nahuatli's young?
She's probably like late 20s, early 30s.
Okay.
Isn't she the? She's
She's the
She's the
oldest.
oldest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we know she's older than Itukali.
Who was like mid 20s, so.
Well, the best candidate that we can detect as of right now happens to be a young woman in that castle.
Well,
Hmm.
not woman, but well, it's a woman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He says, yes, Nahuatli, I see. I see it now, yes. So, your plan is to kill Erendira, use the power from her death to ascend Nahuatl to become the next god of death, and control the unending plague of undead. Is that the idea? Bring down the 7 serpents while you're at it? He's kind of like smirking.
In a nutshell. One step at a time.
Yes, and there are a lot of steps to go. One other question, Darius. Do you know...
The Muffin Man?
I was waiting for them to say it.
We both said it.
I was
This has
gonna say
happened
it
several
myself.
times now.
Why don't pause after that
I
phrase?
know. I'm trying to think of what specifically what tack he'd go for here. Let me look at my notes.
No.
Okay, he says, "Do you know who you are? Truly? Have you figured it out yet? I'm dying to know, honestly."
Not dying.
I am the last remaining son of Leonechka Kastrovet.
You just ended there.
And I think Darius says, beyond that, what's his name? Not Shibolba, but it's
Shiblanque.
Shiblanque. Darius says, I am the last breath of Shiblanque.
It's an interesting way to phrase it. I suppose in a way you are. But I'm actually rather curious and interested, slightly disappointed to know that you really don't know what's going on quite yet. It's fascinating to watch, honestly. I'll be rooting for, well, maybe not for you, but for something of what you stand for. Maybe a small piece of it. One final question, Darius, and then I promise I'll let you go. No other tricks. Do you know the secrets? Do you know the secrets that are being kept from you?
If you know them, there won't be secrets.
Yeah,
Have you?
right.
Yeah, exactly. Have you suspected yet? There's quite a few of them, honestly. People you trust most. Lying to you. Interesting.
Before I answer, let me ask you a question. If you don't mind.
Oh, you can ask away. I don't promise I'll answer.
Two short questions.
Alright, you can push your luck if you would like.
Why do you want to know these things? And who do you say I am?
Well, the first question is rather simple to answer. I am simply curious. I've lived a very, very, very long time, and I've seen a lot of interesting things, but nothing quite as interesting as I think what's happening right now. Been watching it all from a distance, you see, and the The dominoes of 1,000 trails, of 1,000 patterns are all falling together now, meeting in the middle here somewhere, and things are going to change one way or the other. Certainly, the world will never be the same again. As for the second question, I feel like it would be more appropriate for you to find out yourself. It's going to be revealed to you eventually after all of this. You're heading right into the middle of it. You'll figure it out. And if you don't, well, you'll be dead.
It's okay. I've been there before too.
If only. If only, Darius.
Now, do I know that secrets are being kept from me? Do I know that I'm being lied to? Perhaps even by the closest around me? Oh, I've known that from the moment I set foot on this voyage.
And it doesn't bother you?
You know, it used to. At one point, I thought that I couldn't trust anyone. I didn't see a reason to. I was a beast. Darius looks over at Ari. But some things can't be faked. And he looks back. Now I take it this, and he like kind of waves his hand up and down, this get up, this form. This is not your typical attire. So why the Spanish garb?
He smiles pretty broadly and he says, "Oh, it's interesting to hear you talk, Darius. So naive and yet with a pretense of wisdom. It's an inconvenient way to live, the way you do. It will get you stabbed in the back eventually. The only way to truly be above it all is to kill anyone who is a threat and rise so high above that no one will ever be a threat to you ever again. I've done both, you see, and so I don't have to worry. The same way that you think you don't have to worry. As for the garb, it's a complicated thing that's happening here, but let's just say this isn't exactly me. A piece of me, yes, sure. But not all of me. It's a very, very old body, that is for sure. You've heard of Erendira, the great explorer from your place? This is his brother. I took him for myself many, many years ago. And Darius, you haven't heard of the great explorer Erendira.
Yeah.
You don't know who that is.
Yeah.
Like a suit of sorts?
You don't know?
Darius just says, interesting. You know, no, it's kind of funny. Between the two of us, you did everything you could to not die. And so you've done it. You've escaped death. Well, death is my very shadow. Following me and chasing me each and every day of my second life.
You think I'm not... You think I've escaped death? No. I've wallowed in it. I'm more dead than anyone has ever been. I just accepted it.
Then you and I have more in common than I thought.
It's so interesting to hear you talk, Darius. So interesting. I cannot wait to see how this will all end. But I believe my time is running short here, and I'll leave you to whatever it is you're going to do next. I'm sure I don't know anything about it. But I will say one last word of... I don't know if advice is the right word, but information all the same. You answered 3 of my questions. I only answered 2 of yours. So I'll give you one little morsel for free. There are lies and secrets everywhere, even in Erendira's court. Right now, there's so many people lying to each other. It's rather easy to just find the weak link in the armor and then snip. Everything comes tumbling down. A stab through the heart, where the strongest chains once were. Watch out for my brothers and sisters. They are all very difficult to deal with. Trust me, I've had to raise them. And then he just walks away.
And Darius kind of smirks and says to himself, "Yeah, I had a feeling I knew who you were."
The name is Knock Knight, Darius. Nice to meet you.
I take it this will not be the last time we converse.
It certainly won't be the last time that I will see you. And then he disappears into the shadow. And Huracan, like, and he doesn't seem to notice anything has really gone on except for, like, he maybe tripped or stumbled or something. He kind of just, like, shakes his head. He's like, and he just, like, walks off again because he's angry. Everybody keeps breathing in and out and sleeping. I feel like that's a good enough place as any to just call it, right? Like, that's a good cliffhanger of an ending.
Okay, actually, there's one more
sure.
small thing. Okay, I think Darius takes a big, deep breath, and then he says to Temperance, "Did you catch any of that?"
It's a good question. Yeah, I think she says, "He scared me."
Just to be on the same page, we're not talking about Huracan, right?
No, I was there with you, Darius.
Temperance, I have a plan.
Yes?
And then we cut away.
Nice. Awesome.
And then, okay, there was something that I was going to do that I forgot to do before we went to sleep, so I wouldn't waste a spell the next day.
I wanted to do something too.
Okay, that's fine.
I realized that I wanted to go ahead and try and scry on Nahuatl.
Okay.
Night before to not waste a fifth.
Right, of course.
At least have 2 tries of a 5th level spell before sleeping.
Sure thing. Okay. So she has to make a wisdom save?
Yes. And she gets +5 to it.
Mm-hmm.
Unless she wants to be scryed upon. Which, who knows? She might want to.
She can just fail to save automatically if she wants to be scryed upon?
I feel like you can.
But she wouldn't know what's tugging on her mind.
Know, yeah. Well, she would have felt, she might have felt like what's his face scrying on her earlier too. I don't know.
Sorry, Jordan, I love you. I love you so much. You're great. Just sent me a secret message. Cool.
Yeah. If a target knows you're casting the spell, it can fail this saving throw voluntarily if it wants to be observed. Oh, would I be able to cast sending to her?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I would...
Maybe not. Is sending like someone you have to be familiar with?
Yeah, but you've let me do it to Samuel.
Right,
Well,
but
you
you had already
us.
seen him through scrying. You haven't seen Ahwali at all, ever. Yeah, you have to be familiar with this person, so.
Okay. Then I will
Um,
just try and scry.
yeah, I'm gonna make the wisdom save for her. Because I was thinking about it, and I was like, I think Zaman has gotten it, has contacted her somehow, and let her know that, like, he's the one scrying on her, but she senses a different person scrying on her if it's you. And so she wouldn't just necessarily, like, accept it. So.
And he wouldn't have said that we're trying to come save her. Jeez.
She probably did, but that doesn't mean that she knows that you have scrying abilities, right?
Whatever.
And she succeeds very mightily. So.
Never mind.
Yep.
Then nothing happens.
Okay. Ari?
I just wanted to ask Raya if she'll send Samuel one message.
Sure, sure.
Okay.
I wrote it all out. Here it is.
Cool.
Okay.
I guess I should say it for audio purposes.
Yeah, you should.
She says, I'm sorry I still can't make that promise. I'll do my best to make my way back to you when this is over.
So this is her basically saying priority is the mission over you.
She's basically saying, like, I'm sorry if I die.
Okay, sure. Got it.
Because she's convinced that this is a suicide mission,
Yeah.
honestly.
Yeah.
This is a really dangerous mission. So she's like, yeah, sorry. That's why she wrote the letter.
Ari.
Okay.
So she wanted to say this before they go in, like the night before.
Yeah.
Be right back.
Okay. So Raya, I think you get back. No, I don't think you get back anything. I think he doesn't respond. He doesn't know how to take that. So.
Should I make a persuasion roll?
Yeah. What do you want? What do you want to do? Like, what do you want what's the intent? What do you want this message to do?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Right? Do you want him to be able to accept your inevitable death, or do you want him to, like, say screw it and come after you? Like, what do you actually want to happen?
I just want him to, like.
Yes, and then Sabu will come too.
I don't know. I probably should have thought of that.
It's okay.
I think it's mostly just to, like, give him a heads up, like, you know, because she said that he's been talking about me for the last 3 days.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, I don't want to give him hope that he's actually going to see me.
Right. Mm-hmm. So you basically want to soften the blow if you end up dying.
Yeah.
Okay. Make a persuasion check. Yeah, we'll see how well that goes.
Oh no.
Oh no, a 6. Yeah, that didn't help at all. Yep. Something's probably gonna go down. Yeah. Interesting.
It's going down now.
Okay, cool.
And then I would have just done my normal, just like chatting with Sabu at night when I still have spells left.
Yeah, sure. So I think he maybe mentions to you that. Oh, you know what? Actually, because of that persuasion check that Ari did, I think Samuel actually does respond to you. So with Sabu, it's just the normal, like, back and forth. He doesn't say anything in particular or whatever, right? Like, he's just like, because he's like, I can't tell you about the mission, but, like, we can talk.
Mm-hmm.
Samuel, in response to Ari's message, says, "We're leaving camp today to go on whatever this mission of our friends is." Not our friend. How do you phrase that? We're heading out today on a specific mission for, what's his name? Faustino. And he says, we're coming from this particular part, and he, like, says something that you would be able to recognize as where they are in terms of, like, what anyone who is on either of these expeditions would recognize as, like, a word that's signifying where this is. And you realize that they have made base camp. And I'll ping this on the map for you guys. Their base camp is. Let me reveal it. Here.
Whoa!
So, and it says there. He says we're heading south. So.
Party! Oh my gosh!
Yep.
I was like, are you going to reveal more hexes, by the way? Since
Oh, yeah. Of course you did. Yeah,
I'm just curious.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, that's all I wanted to say. Mostly just trying to soften the blow.
You did not
Okay,
succeed.
No.
Yep. There you
All you
go.
have to do is not die.
That's the next
I mean, that's the
step.
goal, is just, I gotta cover all my bases here.
Yep.
Yeah.
This is what she would do, right? Like, I know as a player, Caleb probably won't kill me, but, you just never... This is what a real person would do, right?
Right. So the thing is, with all of this, right, like, the finale of Season 4 is honestly a pretty prime opportunity for any dramatic character deaths to happen. So I'm not promising anything about, like, pulling in last-second narrative stops to, like, possible deaths. But I'm also not saying that I will, like, guide you guys to die. That will be your decision or the luck of the dice.
Always have Adeline as a backup.
Exactly. Yeah. But yeah, no, I think there's a lot of intense stuff that is ahead. Like, you've gotten out of any of the non-intense parts of this season. It's just gonna ramp up pretty quickly.
Those were the non-intense
Yes,
moments?
those were the non-intense moments.
Oh, fun! Fun! I looked at those rolls. None of them rolled higher than a 12. That's the only reason that worked.
Yep, true. But yeah, there you go.
I take it like during the middle of the night. 20 doesn't feel any like mental break when the 8 hours. Okay.
Nope, he does not.
Darn, that would have been so cool.
Yep. No, it was just a robot thing.
Okay.
Toe Heel is
It'll be
pretty
that.
smart. Turns out.
Hashtag just robot things.
Yeah. Hashtag just robot things. Cool stuff. Let's do goals, guys. Let's see how much XP you guys got. What was that?
You know why I'm laughing.
I know you.
That's like
I
an
know.
evil laugh.
that was a stressful laugh.
You're level 10 now?
Yep.
Cool. Okay, so let's take a look at your goals. So everybody worked on the party goal.
Mm-hmm.
So did you work on make a name for myself on the mainland?
I'm not unless you consider me like taking down that entire group of zombies one hand.
Yeah, the issue is there's no guarantee that will ever get back to the mainland as a whole because y'all might die.
So
right?
yeah, I mean, that's what I was saying. Like, unless you consider that, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you certainly worked on your 2 secret goals and the party goal. So,
oh my gosh.
and you did an admirable job on that. Okay, so you get 3,600 XP today.
Oops. Plus 3,600.
Congratulations. Raya Olafemi.
I had tried to teach Darius how to read
And failed
so
miserably.
poorly.
Yes.
But I tried. I worked on it.
Mm-hmm.
I would say I did more orb stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Because
I don't know if you learned something substantially new. You worked towards it for sure.
Yeah, I definitely like worked on stuff.
Yeah, I think you
trying
worked
to
on.
Understand.
Yeah, I think you worked on all of your goals.
Yeah.
Didn't accomplish any of them. You're level 10 too.
Yeah.
Okay. So you get 4,800 XP.
Whoa.
Oh my God.
Congrats. Ari Armani.
I worked on all 3 of mine. I'm level 9 though. So
Yes. Let's see. Yeah, you did indeed. Okay, cool. So let's figure out what that is. Yeah. Yours is 4,400.
Yes, I level up.
Congrats.
Wait, Caleb, what did you say for mine? 4,800?
4,800, yeah.
Okay.
I'm
Cool.
so happy.
Yeah.
Guess what, guys? I'm not gonna level up.
Oh, no.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Darius, you
Blood.
worked. No, I think you did it. No, because you still have that one piece that's missing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you worked on it, and once you figure that out in the moment, you'll finally complete it.
Assuming I don't die. But...
Assuming you don't die first, yes. Are you level 9?
No? Oh, yes, I'm level 9.
You're level 9. Yeah. Okay, so you obviously work towards rescue Nahuatl and defeat Erendira because that's.
I didn't really work towards defeat Erendira, did I? I would, because I didn't even make a roll towards it really, unless those evil things from before were. I don't know. I don't think I.
Yeah, you're right. That's true. Because yeah, you're right. Yeah, nothing specific. No. Because those weren't rolls for that. Okay, yeah. So you get 3,300.
What are you at?
Did you level up, friend?
No.
No, I'm sorry.
What are you at?
Hold on. No, don't check. Don't say anything. I just need to know for sure. I need to know. Oh, I was wrong. I do level up.
Nice.
Yay!
See, I thought the threshold was like 65,000.
No, 64.
4.
Because I was, if it was 65,000, I would have been 200 XP away.
Yay! Now if somebody dies, we can come back as level 10.
It's true. It's true. So I think that means that Miggy gets level 10.
Level 10.
XP. Yeah.
Yay.
So Miggy worked on all of his goals today. He worked on helping Raya recover from her loss, marrying Ari, proving myself to the party, and the party goal. So
Good job, Miggers.
good job, Miggy.
Good job, Mickey. See, you gotta make notes for him.
Exactly. That's what I did. Yeah, that's what I did today. Maybe the other episodes were pretty like there wasn't really much opportunity for those sorts of things to happen. So I thought this episode would be a good one to like sneak in a couple of those things. So he gets 4,800 XP, which might mean that he levels up. I mean, that's a lot of XP. So let's look. Certainly, he certainly does.
Yay! So he's level 8.
He is level 8 now.
Oh my gosh.
And you know what that means? He's gonna get a con boost.
Yay!
Yay!
He's gonna have more hit points.
Oh my gosh.
Yep. So let's do that, shall we? What is his? Oh yeah, he has to use both of his points to get that con boost though. But his hit points is now 43. Fine. That's much better than 31.
Wait, he has how many hit points?
He has 43 now.
Pretty sure I had more hit points at that level.
I mean, yeah, he still has 10 constitution, but you know, and he's a rogue. So, there you go. He's leveled up.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I got a new aura.
Ooh. Fun. What does that mean?
So I have my aura of protection, which gives everybody the bonus to saving throws. Now I have aura of courage, so anyone within 10 feet of me can't be frightened while unconscious.
What? Nice.
Wait, can't be frightened while unconscious?
While I am conscious.
Okay, I was really confused. I was like, how can we be scared if we're knocked out?
Only while unconscious. You can't be. No more nightmares for you guys.
No nightmares.
I get a new favorite terrain, which is going to be swamp, of course.
Yes, fair.
I didn't get to
I
my
just
level
love
10
the
thing
swamp.
until next session in the morning before we go storm the city.
Storm the
Have fun storming the castle.
But yeah, so for next time, you guys are going to meet whatever this contact of yours is that will help you kind of get to the secret tunnels and all that stuff. And then, I mean, you're gonna make your way towards the complex, right? Like, it's all or nothing now. Like you're going for it. So that'll be interesting. That'll be very, very interesting. I gotta do a lot of prep work before next time. I did just the amount of prep work that would get you to the city and not anywhere beyond it.
Think we're gonna die or something?
No, I just didn't want to do all the prep work today. But yeah.
Should I roll for my hit points, or should I just take the normal?
Usually it's the best idea to take the average, but
Yeah,
if you're feeling lucky.
I'm not. But what do you guys think? Just take the average?
I always take average. Technically,
Also,
it's
you're a
above
tank
average.
though, so who cares? If you want to roll, then roll.
That's
'cause
true.
you
Your armor
already have a
class is
bunch
pretty
of hit
good, right?
points.
Like,
Yeah,
But, I mean,
we
I
kind of
personally
only throw
always
deadly
take the
encounters at us, so AC doesn't mean crap in this game.
it's true that there were death gaze things.
Average will be on average more than a roll,
I know.
which is weird, but it's true.
Yeah, it's not actually the average; it's above the average.
I mean, I always take I never roll for it, but
Yeah,
if you want to roll,
we won't judge you.
I mean, I feel like you have a good amount of HP at least, so.
Yeah, but it would just be a sad thing if I rolled and got a 1.
Yeah, that's why I don't roll.
It'd be Miggy that would be the most sad if I rolled for him and he got.
Yeah, Miggy can't roll.
Don't roll for him.
No, I already just leveled him up. So.
Just also remember, it's the roll. If it's either way. If it's roll or you take the average, you still add your con.
Yeah, but 4 versus 9. I'm just gonna take
Risk and reward. Risk and reward.
it. No risking it for the biscuit this time.
Yep. Cool stuff. All right, so are we good for next week? Question mark.
So
Yes. Awesome. Good stuff. Well, I'm excited. Got some prep work to do that I'm pretty pumped about. I was looking around for like a bunch of maps today. That might be used for various things inside the palace complex. So there's going to be some prepping of like what's in the complex, what's going on in the complex, things that you can basically, I'm going to make a dungeon, except it's going to be like an interactive, like there are a bunch of people moving around and doing things. And so you guys can sneak around and do whatever you want to do, or you can just fight your way through it and we'll see what happens.
Sneak. That's a funny
I know,
word.
right?
Yeah, that's funny, right?
I mean, it's like some of you could sneak, and then the others wouldn't. They just stay.
Oh yeah,
you know?
let's just split the party. Actually, well,
Send all the NPCs over here. Get them all killed. Good stuff.
Send Tohill out.
By himself.
Tohill,
As a
go! Distract them!
Yep. Tohill hurt
use
himself.
your
in his
face as a
confusion.
shield.
Go try and hit on these snake people.
Oh gosh.
Tohill, I have blessed you and given a special protection to you, but only for your face. Your face is completely invulnerable.
Oh boy. Oh my.
Like Achilles' heel, but Tohill's face.
Yeah, except it's opposite because he's only invulnerable in his face. Anyway, there you go.
Go smash your forehead against them. If you feel woozy after a while, that means it's working.
That has been Terra Nullius, episode 41. Thank you all for being such fantastic players and for going along with my crazy shenanigans, even though I throw undead at you and try to kill you more often than not. Y'all are good sports. So I'm really excited for
And
next
lucky.
session. Yes, and very lucky. And just
We are the
pretty dang good
Fantastic
at
Four.
D&D, let's be real. So I'm excited, and I'm really cool.
Yes, you are.
It's really cool to see all of these threads continue to interweave, and like, you guys, it's gonna be so good. It's gonna be so good. My challenge now is trying to get, let's see, it's trying to get 7 more episodes of material out of this season. I don't know what that's gonna look like at all. This might be a short season, or the season finale won't be killing Erendira, even though that would be an awesome climactic thing to happen. We'll see. We'll see how it shakes out. Who knows? Maybe you guys will get captured halfway through this, and then we'll have to have a whole thing. But yeah, I think that's it. We'll see you next week. Adios.